guys, welcome back. It's your boy Franco Ferrari, aka the Water Expert. In today's edition, we will be talking about how to control our installed treatment processing plants. First of all, we want to say shout out to those of you that watch our previous video. In case you are just stumbling on us for the very first time, kindly watch our previous videos so that you understand where we are coming from and where we are heading to. While talking about our operational controls, we'll be looking at them at three different stages. Stage 1 being where we have to make a choice for the raw water. Stage 2 is operation at the premedial vessels. There it's a little bit technical, however you can do it. You don't need previous knowledge or the expertise to have good success there. What you need to do is to pay attention and, if possible, be watching this video while you carry on the controls. I believe by the time you do it practically for 1 or 2 or 3 times, you will gain mastery of it. Then finally is stage 3, wherein we'll be talking about the collection of the processed water. Stay tuned as we walk you through the various stages. Please note that there is a little change in the configuration from what you saw in the installation or the build-up video. The system has been modified to have 2 water sources, that is, using the direct borehole or the overhead as a source. If we are using the direct borehole as a source, we open valve 4 and completely close valve 3. Then partially close valve 1, say turn it a little bit halfway close. Note that the more you close valve 1, the greater the water pressure and thus the water flow. On the other hand, if we are using the overhead tank as a source, we close valve 4 and open valve 3 completely. In stage 2, we'll be talking about premedial controls, that is the flow or movement of water through the premedial vessels for operations of flush or normal wash, back flush or back wash, and water treatment. Generally, best practice is that water enters from the top and exits the bottom. Note that there are 3 vessels numbered 1 to 3 and only vessels 1's chest valves are numbered A, B, C and D due to photographic constraints, but the same pattern applies to vessels 2 and 3's chest valves. Also note the position of waste lines or valves labeled W1, W2, W3 of the same image from a different photographing angle. For sand vessels normal flush, ensure valves 2A and B are closed, then open valves 1A and D, close 1B and C, and open W1 before turning on your borehole switch and flush for 1 minute. Water flows from the borehole through the sand to the waste. Do not turn off the borehole. That is, leave it running while you make other adjustments for further operations. To backwash it, while the borehole is still running, open valves 1B and C, close 1A and D, and allow to flush for 2 to 3 minutes. Then open valves 1A and D, close 1B and C. For carbon flush, ensure vessels 3's A and B valves are closed. Then open valves 2A and D, close 2B and C, open W2 and close W1. Water flows from the sand through the carbon and waste at W2. Flush for 1 minute. To backflush the carbon vessel, open valves 2B and C, close 2A and D, and also allow it to flush for 2 to 3 minutes. Water from the sand enters the carbon vessel from the bottom and exits at the top and waste at W2. After the 3 minutes of flushing, open valves 2A and D and close 2B and C and proceed to the ion exchange for flushing. To flush the ion exchange resins vessel, ensure valve X is closed. Open valves 3A and D, close 3B and C, open W3 and close W2. Water will flow from the carbon vessel and enter it at the top and exit the bottom and waste at W3. Flush it for 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes,
1. Do not jump any process. I repeat, do not jump any process, for they have been carefully designed to avoid excessive pressure buildup that may damage your borehole or its associated piping, especially if you are using the borehole as your source. 2. We recommend using borehole as source water for flushing the premedial vessels if your overhead tank is not higher than 4-story building, or preferably install a 1 horsepower surface pump to the overhead tank line. This is so because for backflushing to be effective, it needs high pressure such that it will push away every trapped particles or sediments that is at the top and force it to the waistline. And 3, for best treatment results, use valve X to reduce the flow rate if you have a high pressure source. This is so because the lower the flow rate, the greater the contact time, and the better the effectiveness of the treatment at all levels. Next and the final stage is the collection of safe treated water. Stay tuned.
Turn on the UV switch to power on the UV sterilizer. Gently remove the protective cap and open the tap for collection of safe treated water for drinking and other domestic uses. Water flows from the semi-treated water tank through the microfilters for further filtration and finally through the UV sterilizer for disinfection and sanitation of the water, that is, killing bacteria and germs, thereby making it safe for drinking and other domestic uses. At this point, we've come to the end of our practical demonstration of our filtration setup. However, it is important we perform some quality assurances on the produced water to ascertain its quality before drinking or applying it for other uses. Therefore, please follow us, watch our next video as we'll be showing you how to carry out some basic routine tests. For further clarifications or inquiries, kindly reach us via the information displayed on your screen. And please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video for others to benefit from what you've learned today. Thank you for watching. I see you in the next video.